Hi everyone. So let me show you how we can use the calculator for a sample standard deviation problem. So let's say we have some data, right? This one has to do with cookie weights. And one of the things about standard deviation, which the formula is right here, is that we need to calculate the mean. So the first thing we need to do is to calculate the mean of our data set. To do that, we can take these numbers, add them together, and divide by how many data points we have. In this case, it's 6. Then we divide, after you add and divide by 6, we get the answer, 154.5. We can do that in our calculators by clicking on Stat and then Edit. And then we can put the data into our list 1. So I already did that. And to find the mean, I'm going to click on Stat and then click on Calc and then one variable, Stat. This screen right here could be different than yours. Yours could be where it has like a wizard where it says, what's the frequency. You would leave that blank. In this case, I'm just going to click on second, L1, enter, and there you go. Now you can see on the top left, it's X bar, right, is going to be the average 154.5, which is the same. Okay, then the next step we need to do is to write the data in a column. And we do that so instead of writing a long list of calculations, because some people will do the standard deviation as a long list, it's better to put them in columns, and this way your information can be better organized. So one of the things about the standard deviation over here formula is that you need to subtract the mean from each data point. So you take the data point and then you subtract it from the mean. And that's the step that you have here on the second column. And a lot of the times, sometimes they want you to show you your work. So 149 take away 154.5 is negative 1.55. So you would do something like 149 take away 154.5, enter, and it gives you negative 0.5, negative 5.5, negative 5.5. And then on the second column, as you can see, because the formula states you need to square the difference, then what you can do is you can write this answer. And if you're using a TI-8384, a lot of times you have to put parentheses for your answer. Now, you got to, discover your calculator a little bit, how it operates. This particular calculator that you see over here is probably different from the one that you get from your phone or for your tablet. But I know that if I click on square, right, x squared, or the square button, it says square the answer. And what it's going to do, it's going to give me a positive answer of 30.25, which is correct because two negatives, right? A negative times a negative, because we're squaring, should give you a positive. If you typed negative, not subtract, negative 5.5 squared, you'll see that you get negative 30.25. And that's not correct because this value should be a positive value. And if you put parentheses, negative 5.5 parentheses squared, entered, then you get 30.25, as you can see there. So you got to get used to your calculator, find out its quirks. I always like to put parentheses in this case. That's why I have parentheses there and here as well. As you can see, we do each of these values, subtract those values from the mean, and then we square it. And it could be very logical, right? Like, for example, if you do this one, 162 take away 154.5, enter, and then you write it down, 7.5, then you square it, and then you get 56.25, depending on, what they're asking you to do in terms of showing your work. Then, the next thing I want to show you is that these calculations can be done through your calculator. So if you click on Stat and Edit, what we're going to do is we're going to move over with the arrow and we're going to go to L2. As you can see, I'm all the way on the top in L2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a formula. So over here in the middle, you'll see it says L2 equals brackets. I'm going to put a formula in that bracket. And the formula that I'm going to do is I'm going to take L1 and I'm going to subtract 154.5. So I'm going to take L1 and I'm going to subtract 154.5, making sure that number is right. Enter, and bam, you can see that these values are created automatically, just like a spreadsheet would. So that's great. We have now L2 with these values. And then on L3, what we're going to do is we're going to take L2 and then we're going to square that. So let's do that. So we're going to go over here to L3 all the way to the top. I'm going to put parentheses just to make sure. And then I'm going to take L2 and then close parentheses. I'm going to square it, enter, and now I'm getting those values that I would like. And those are 30.25 and so forth. Perfect. So we have these values here. I'm going to quit here. Now I'm back to this screen. And so I want to check my sums. Now, why check the first column? You're not going to use it. Well, it's always good to double check to see if this sum is the same sum you did with your mean. So, okay. So what do we do? How do we find that? So if you look at stat, the stat button, on the top left it says the list. So if you click on second stat, which gives you the list, click on math, you can click on sum. Okay, and the sum, you can say, what do you want to sum? L1, close it. What happened here? Oops, let's delete this. Type L1 and then enter. Let's do that. 927, there it is, 927. What about this column here, right? Now this column, when you subtract the mean from each point, you are looking at the distances from the mean. And when you add those distances, you should get to be close to 0. So I can click on sum over here on the screen and then use the arrow key and then type L2 instead, enter, you get 0. Now, if you get an answer of like 0.03, 0.04, you're fine. You're very close to the 0 mark. Why would it be that you're not at 0? Is because sometimes there are other numbers that you don't type after the decimal place. And then your teacher will tell you how far away you can be from 0. Okay, and then the next column, right, which is the value that we're going to use for the problem. We're going to touch here on the screen the sum of L2. We're going to use the arrow key. And let's look at the sum of the L3, 153.5. So I have the answer. So you could use your calculator, type the numbers to find the sums, and then you can double check your understanding through the list. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take 153.5, right? We're going to substitute that there. How many values do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, one thing to note, if you have duplicate numbers like over here, make sure you write those numbers out, all right? You have to have them all. Okay. And here we have 153.5 and then 6 take away 1. So what do we do? 153.5 divided by, and I want to put parentheses if you want to do this. 6 take away 1. Well, 6 take away 1 is 5, but it doesn't matter. We should put parentheses telling the calculator, calculate this separate. Because if you don't, then it might be thinking, if you do 153.5 divided by 6 minus 1, it might do this first and then subtract 1, and then that's totally wrong. Okay. So enter 30.7. And then I'm going to take the square root. So you can go second, x squared will give you the square root, right? And in this case, it didn't put the answer in there. You can type the answer, or you can go second, take minus, right, to give you the answer. And then enter, and there's the answer, 5.5408. Okay, so that gives you an idea of how to use your calculator, how to create these columns, and make it a little bit easier for you. Remember, the calculator is not an answer device. It's more for checking your understanding, to lower your anxiety, to check to see if you're doing the right thing. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.